So here is the overview of our complete smart solution available. I invite you to go visit our website to have more details and see how each actuator works. Some word about the flight heritage. Over 250 triggers has already been manufactured and sold in the last 3 years. To date, we have more than a dozen of flight heritage, including the maiden flight of the Ariane 6 last summer. Gripper is already TRL-9-2. It has been space flight qualified last November, and since 3 months, it has his first flight heritage 2. Our space journey has been made possible thanks to invaluable support and strong partnership. And I would like to address a big thank you to all our industrial partners and customers for their trust. And if you want to be the next one to fly with us, keep in touch and let's talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Elise, and sorry for the
It's okay, thank
for
you.
the break. Thank you so much. All right, our last speaker now is Jeff Thornburg, CEO of Portal Space System. Thank you for welcoming him.
Good afternoon. Hard to follow a show like that was just outside, but I'm going to give it a try for the next few minutes. So thank you for the opportunity to come speak to you about Portal Space Systems and what we're doing to revolutionize on-orbit maneuverability across all orbital regimes. I don't have to tell this crowd that space is more congested and contested than ever before. It's a pretty common phrase that people understand. When you look at the sheer numbers of spacecraft that we have on orbit, from either a defense standpoint or a congestion standpoint, it's quite compelling into how you employ maneuverability in this next generation of spacecraft development. What I like to tell people is the last several decades of spacecraft development are a lot like designing an aircraft that have only been able to fly at one altitude. And now it's time for the next generation of spacecraft that can move multiple altitudes, which really means transorbital between many orbits. Our solution to this problem is our spacecraft solution that we call Supernova. Supernova is a revolutionary spacecraft system with both high thrust and high delta V that unlocks rapid maneuverability from LEO to MEO to GEO to cislunar and back. Leverages a novel solar thermal propulsion system with a very flexible payload deck that allows us to carry a multitude of mission payloads to really be what I like to call a first generation of a multi-mission fighter for space, to use kind of a similar analogy to what we just saw outside. Some of our unique selling points for our Supernova spacecraft: this is an on-demand, autonomous, swarm-type mentality for spacecraft operations that park in strategic orbits and then can move quickly within hours to various locations between LEO and GEO. It's not a capability that we have today. When you look at a lot of the defense partners that we speak to and work with, movement of spacecraft that perform defense and commercial applications take weeks or months, or you agonize over that choice because there's no gas in the tank once you've made that maneuver. Supernova takes these agonizing and painful movement decisions off the table while facilitating a variety of different defense and commercial payloads for our customer. This is a multi-year, 5-year plus type of lifetime on orbit. Our first launch of hardware starts next year in February of 2026. We're very excited about 2 risk reduction missions we have for our Supernova hardware suite. And like I mentioned before, really multi-mission capable, which means I'm not redesigning the spacecraft for every unique payload or mission solution. We're not selling cool tech in propulsion and spacecraft. We're selling mission solutions to our customer with a complete spacecraft system. I mentioned our commercial and defense and exploration customers. I won't read this chart to you, but essentially we spent the first 2 years of the company just looking for that product market fit with both our commercial and our defense partners. And then we built the system that solved their immediate need. I think a lot of space companies have forgotten you don't have a business if you don't have a customer that wants to buy your product. In order to make that happen, you have to spend the time with the customers to understand what their needs are, and that's what we've done with the Supernova spacecraft solution. This didn't show up quite well, but I'll talk to it real quick. The company was founded in 2021, so we're 4 years now since inception. We've raised over $20 million in venture capital. We have 5 government contracts with the US government that's supporting the development of our Supernova system. We now have over 40 employees supporting the program on any given day, headquartered in Seattle, Washington, just to the north of Seattle in Bothell, where we have our R&D and manufacturing and test facilities. It is a dual-use system, as I've been mentioning today, for both commercial and defense use, with heavy emphasis from the defense departments really around the world for what maneuverability brings to the fight. So maneuverability has been key to every defense engagement of history, land, sea, and air. Without a mobile, rapid, maneuverable solution, you are not going to win the fight. These are my other partners in the business, Ian Vorbak and Prashant Ravindran, my 2 co-founders, the head of engineering and the COO, with me serving as the CEO and CTO. All have a varying background in entrepreneurship and multiple different space company experiences, including my 30-year background working for the Air Force, NASA, SpaceX, Amazon, and others. Please come talk to us if you see myself or any of our team here. We're definitely excited about flying our product to orbit next year and offering payload opportunities for both defense, commercial, and science applications. Mark Bitterman, Laura Todd, and Jen Skolton are all with me here at the Paris Air Show this week. Thank you for your time and attention. Look forward to chatting with those folks. Appreciate the time.